on the Japanese text. And
Yeah. We're
we
off.
are off. And as we see the normal Cirrus Station entrance, we apologize. Aerytheta does not have a working timer at this time. Her comment, I can find it. Her pet velociraptor thought it was a taco and ate her timer. So no timer for Aerytheta.
Yeah, those pet velociraptors are getting kind of wild around the season, especially when it's so hot outside. But yeah, both runners damaging themselves down to crit health here at Ridley. Neither of them wants to enjoy some fun and get 100 shots in on Ridley. Unfortunate. But not the first wrong decision these runners have made this run, so we're up for a good run here. Yeah, let's just see how this escape race turns out. Looks like thanks to awesome restreamer, we got some sync going now. Thanks a lot for that. And yeah, let's see how this ends here. Oh, and Aerytheta here taking a few steam hits, ending up at a 39.75, Enmet slightly ahead, but we are just leaving Cirrus Station, so a lot can still happen. And will happen, for that matter.
So this group that Aerytheta and Enmet, this is an absolutely stacked group with a group PB average of 48.01. Just to give you an idea. Aerytheta's 51.33 being the slowest of that group. So this is a tough group. Aerytheta has played one match. He has a loss to White Mage Becky. On the other hand, Enmet, this is his first match. So he's got a little bit of catching up to do in terms of gameplay. So will be interesting to see who comes out of this group. See if either one. Oh, a nice little moonfall there by Enmet.
Yeah. Utilizing the new tech, looks like Aerytheta is not going to go for the initial one. That one's only a slight frame saver, but it's nice when you get it. But yeah, looks like Aerytheta is playing without Moonwalk at all, so losing a little bit of time on Enmet and there over the course of the run.
Going ahead and picking up his first missiles. Just a little bit ahead, but still plenty of time to go.
Getting that nice little mini mock ball out of there. And a really nice construction zone too. Clearing the blocks there with one shot, no adjustment needed. Looking at a pretty good elevator time of 3:42. That's pretty sick. Looking at a really good bomb time here if he can keep this up.
No, Aerytheta does not have the invisible flat timer. Or maybe she does, but she's having technical difficulties with her timer. So
I'm so glad that it's still command in some of the SGs. I mean, maybe there's this invisible blat timer just blatting over the entire screen right now.
Fortunately, you have SRL to give us those exact times when the runners are finished.
Yeah, looks like Aerytheta he is having a little bit of trouble with the climb here. Looks like catching up though with a strong finish. No timer means guaranteed PB. All right. So let's hope for that race PB here.
I've seen a few race PBs in this tournament. Those are always fun.
Oh yeah, we've seen absolutely sick race PBs. I think the highest I've personally seen was a race PB of like 15 minutes. That was pretty cool. Oh, Enmet not getting super lucky on the drops here. Still fine though. Gets the optimal kill with just the bare minimum. Really good job managing that. Yeah, anything that is like sub 450 bombs, which Enmet got here, is really, really sick. Definitely a really strong early game for him here. Yeah, there we go, Janice. The
Yeah, we did that
15-minute
one
race
together,
for me, yeah.
That was pretty
That
darn
was
cool.
fun.
Now let's see how Enmet deals with these space pirates. That'll give us an indication of whether he's actually going to do old or new route.
Oh
Nice.
yes. If you do new route, you usually want to just damage boost, not damage boost for these pirates here, and just conserve the energy. And looks like, yeah, he is indeed going for the missile kills. Getting my hopes up for a cool new route run.
I know how you enjoy those new route versus old route races, Punk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As I would expect Aerytheta to stick with old route.
Yeah, that's definitely something you need quite a bit of experience for. We usually see most runners swapping to new routes somewhere around the 50-minute mark. Yeah, Aerytheta here, just damage boosting for the pirates, saving a little bit of time over Enmet just by doing that, but that extra health for Enmet is going to pay off later.
And getting his early super missiles. One of the most important sequence breaks of this game, so we don't have to see Spore Spawn.
Oh, we don't have to see him. If he's still there if you want to see him.
He is still there, just waiting for someone to come into his room.
Right. You don't even need to kill him. You can just stop by, say hi, and leave. Just opening the door, like normal people.
Fun fact: the only boss you can do that with.
Yeah. Unless we're talking about space-time beam, then
well, okay.
but then basically everything is an open door to you. Thankfully, we're not going to have to deal with shenanigans like that. This is a no major glitches tournament, so we're just gonna do it nice and clean, get our time save all by movement, not by any fancy glitches. Oh, and Aerytheta here getting a big health drop that gets abandoned, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure Enmet would have liked to have that, trying to conserve as much energy as possible here.
That early Phantom with no suits and one E-tank is by no means easy. That is a difficult fight.
Enmet with a perfect door transition there. And now we're gonna see if Enmet is actually gonna do old or new route. Yeah, we have a new route versus old route race. I'm hyped. Let's go.
Here we go.
Alright, Enmet has been practicing this quite a lot before the race, so let's hope he gets this hero shot. Looks like he missed it.
Quite.
Oh, and really nice backup there, supering the uppermost ripper there, and barely gets out on the second attempt. Nice job.
Aerytheta, in the meantime,
going down. Alright. So, just for your information, any percent old route and any percent new route couldn't really be more different in terms of, like, routing, equipment, etc. The routes are actually just gonna sync up at the end of the Mother Brain 2 fight. That's where there's no more difference between them time-wise, basically till the very end of the run, there's not going to be a hard sync of the routes, but there are thankfully some kind of indications for when, like, where you should be in an old route run to keep up with a new route run, and we're going to tell you about that as the run continues. But just keep that in mind, we cannot really know who's de facto ahead until the very end of the run. Alright, Enmet now coming up on the moat, setting up for a CWJ. That is a frame perfect plus double frame perfect
Good.
trick. Getting the frame perfect jump. Now it's 2 frames to get this wall jump. As the text box closes, unfortunately misses it. So we'll have to go for either a backup CWJ or a diagonal bomb jump. Using Moonwalk here to set up, unfortunately entering the door transition.
Meanwhile, we'll see if Aerytheta can get her quick kill on Craig.
Yeah, nicely done. And Enmet here with the third try CWJ, very nice job. Important to note here, if you go for the indoor setup without reloading the room, the second jump also becomes frame perfect. So that was a double frame perfect trick there, so nicely done.
Nicely gets over the ocean as well. Doesn't fall in, as can happen. As much easier to do without high jump boots.
Nice little sound glitch there by Aerytheta. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, and we've talked, you and I have talked about this, that sometimes the wreck ship without high jump boots just seems often so much more smooth. The jumps and just getting into the wreck ship to begin with.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not having high jump boots is really beneficial for just getting into the wreck ship, and a lot of the platforms just align a lot more smoothly. I want to say, like, oh, look at this image getting fast here. Setting up for some Doppler. Actually going for a stutter Doppler here. Not quite connecting it, but still a nice first round. Looking at a mid here. Oh, actually getting a slow. Alright. Oh, handling the slow nicely though, clearing out all the flames efficiently. And looks like he's setting up for a 3-round Doppler here. Just needs a few more extra missiles at this round and he should be fine.
Aerytheta, meanwhile, picking up her high jump boots.
And Enmet setting up for the final Doppler, and nicely done. Good free round. Oh, really nice drops for Enmet. 15-5-0-3. Pretty good. Good health as well. Gonna get some drops in the attic, and then he'll be perfectly fine leaving the wreck ship.
Aerytheta, meanwhile, heading over to Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, having, unfortunately, a little bit of a hiccup here in Rising Tide. Bad room can really be a pain, with the enemies moving randomly, and that mockball getting into there, being pretty precise. Getting a nice backup though. Alright, Enmet here, just mockballing into the room, laying the power bomb as early as possible. Is going to be able to kill all the 3 key hunters here with just that one power bomb, and then just rush through. A really nice strat, he's utilizing his ammo to farm these guys on the fly, getting the nice health drops. And it's now almost at full health, which is really nice for the bowling coming up, where he needs to take at least 2 hits from the spikes, which deal 120 damage total. Might even take a third one, which would get him to 180, which you usually want to avoid. But he's nicely set up. Probably going to farm a few more of the waivers here. Oh, actually going all out on the deboost strat here. Yeah, but alright. Doing a little bit of farming. Yeah, 187, he's good, even if he has to take the third hit. Which I'm just not going to expect, but you never know.
Well, and another spot where not having your high jump boots makes this a lot easier to go. Because a horizontal jump is much further without high jump boots, and he does it very nicely.
Yeah, playing it safe, not going for the deboost. If you would go for the deboost, you could actually do the ball return strat, where you just mockball directly into Teresa's hand, into the Teresa's hand. But that always adds the extra risk. If you miss the deboost, you could take that extra third hit. So just doing it nice with arm pumping and no deboost.
Yeah, Aerytheta gonna go ahead and get her wave beam now.
Pretty good beam.
Yep, and the other important sequence break of the game, probably the first one I ever learned, in fact.
Oh right, yeah,
The intended route takes you all over the map just to come back here and get wave beam. So.
Yeah, I guess this. I mean, yeah, I guess this is a sequence break. Well, Nintendo Power Percent will probably do it a lot later. But we're not doing a Nintendo Power Percent tournament just yet.
No.
Might be coming up in 2019, so stay tuned for that after the RBO tournament.
Yeah, you'd love both of those, wouldn't you?
Probably not so much the Nintendo Power Percent tournament, but I would be totally in for the RBO tournament. All right, Enmet's sitting at a really comfortable ammo right now, getting back into Brinstar as Aerytheta just leaving North right now.
So the next question for Enmet is he going to do Kraid next, or is he going to do Ridley next? The typical new route will have him go to Ridley next. However, some runners will go to Kraid next. It's a little bit quicker to go to Ridley first. On the other hand, it's certainly a lot safer to go to Kraid first, and we'll see which one he chooses to do.
Yeah, if Enmet is comfortable with Lava Spark, early Kraid does really not add that much extra safety actually, compared to like something like low percent where Kraid early is like super big help. But we'll see about that. Enmet might even do some hybrid thing. We don't know yet. We've also seen runners just do some hybrid route and just clear up the Norfair items and then go to Meridia. It's also something we've seen in the past. I'm not sure if Enmet will do that, but we'll see.
I'm not seeing that here.
Actually, I kind of do, because Enmet didn't pick up Spazer. So he's not going to do pure new route, no way. No, he's probably going to do hybrid route. Yeah, he's like, if I think through this correctly, he's just probably going to get high jump, speed and wave, and then head straight to Meridia, and then get plasma later, because otherwise there would be no point in skipping Spazer. So that's pretty interesting.
I haven't seen this route before, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, probably PKDR, maybe PDRK, something like that.
Yeah, he could do that.
Like, he's definitely gonna do Kraid after he got speed. The question is if he's gonna wait out till he has plasma for that. I'm not quite sure how this route works out energy-wise, so that might influence when he's gonna get the extra stuff. Yes, there are legit different routes for runners in this category. This is Super Metroid. This is
any percent, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is not like any kind of linear.
Right?
No, but it's like Super Metroid. It's not like your average linear game where you have one path. This is like you have a million different paths to choose from. So yeah, this is like probably one of the most open speed games of all time, if not the most open speed game.
Well, and especially when you're doing any percent in particular.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the main no is going out of bounds. We won't see any of our runners doing that.
Unfortunately. If you want to go fast, then you obviously want to take the fastest way, and that always leads out of bounds. But yeah, we're not doing that for this tournament. Aerytheta here with a really nice spark across the ocean here. Sitting at 2 tanks, so wants to conserve health for the wrecked ship, doing this really nicely. Not only by taking the first platform by foot here on the way to the wrecked ship, but also sparking a little bit high, so that Samus doesn't spark all the way to the door, but rather bonks at the top there, saving a little bit of extra energy.
Okay, Aerytheta about to enter Phantoon. Looks like she's setting up for some X Factors.
Not getting the same fast Enmet gun. In fact, starting off with a slow. Looks like looking good though. Oh, nice first X Factor, getting all the particles in. The legend of Metroid is Samus in the future. I like that. Alright. Ooh. Almost getting the 2 round there. 1 particle off, that's unfortunate.
And Aerytheta is done with Phantoon. And let's see where Enmet goes next.
Alright, yeah, Enmet is just gonna... Yeah, Enmet is just gonna go to Meridian now. Gonna be... Yeah, I cannot see why Enmet would do Crate next. Just because he's currently sitting at 9 supers and Crate is really convenient. The Crate area is really convenient to get your super count back up because you get past mini Crate twice. The only thing that kind of irritates me is the power bomb count. I could have seen him farming the B-toms in the Frog Speedway, because if he would go to Meridian now, he would need 3 power bombs preferably. So maybe it actually is Crate.
Which way is he going?
Oh, looks like he is in fact. Interesting. Yeah, I could have really seen farming him farming the B-toms and then just doing Tragon, but I'm not. I have no clue about this route, so I couldn't tell. Aerytheta with a really nice Alex Spark here.
We'll see if Enmet can get the quick kill here.
Yeah, setting up nicely with Moonwalk. And nice quick kill.
Meanwhile, Aerytheta can take her break as she goes bowling.
And Enmet with the new suit. Visibly no difference. And we're not going to see any up until the very end of the game, when the rainbow beam hits you. So yeah, I'm really curious how super farming is gonna work in this route. Like obviously now Enmet is really perfectly set up in terms of power bombs, which it wasn't before, so Meridia is looking pretty nice now. I'm just trying to think how his super count is gonna look like post Dragon. He's gonna be able to farm some Cactax on the way to Plasma Beam. So I guess he will be fine for it. It should actually be. This route works out pretty interesting. I've seen someone mention in chat that now that Enmet would probably have easily won if he would have done new route, but now like makes it more interesting by doing hybrid route. I don't really see that. Like I've definitely seen Enmet doing hybrid route like that before, and like this is a strong route for him. So this is not really a thing that like himself giving himself a disadvantage by doing hybrid route. I think it's more like the opposite.
Keep in mind that new route is by no means free. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Lots of places, lots of dangerous places.
Yeah, you can die very easily in new route.
I mean, even just the Ridley fight being 60 shots instead of 20, and the Mother Brain 2 fight also being 60 shots instead of 20, just right there. Setting up some X Factors on bottom. Get some night. Nope. Oh, there's that one stray particle that just didn't hit. And that's 3 straight bot wound fights I've seen today where there's one stray particle not hitting.
Maybe someone should actually adopt all these stray particles. Give them a home. Alright, Aerytheta now entering Modia.
Yeah, Enmet very smartly picking up that E-tank. Ooh.
Aerytheta getting the frame perfect jump there into Mount Doom. While Enmet's setting up for full halfie. Let's see if he will get that. Going for a forte.
I think he lost the spark there. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what happened there at the top. Looks like his controller was doing some funny things there. Clean wall jumps though, but looks like he gets through nicely. Maintaining some health for the Dragon kill, so won't hopefully face any issues there. Yeah, at this point the routes are in sync again. So everything that you see and being ahead right now, he is actually ahead.
And again, another couple of stray particles on a bot wound fight.
Oh, really nice acid dodge there by Aerytheta. That was pretty cool.
And yes, Enmet is definitely ahead. And it's clear now that the routes have pretty much synced up. But this is by no means over. There's lots of time left, lots of things that can happen.
Oh, thank God it's not over yet. Oh, Enmet killing Dragon, getting a blue suit.
And... looks like he wants to go for that spark suit, but not quite.
Nah. Enmet is a cool dude. He doesn't go for fancy stuff like spark suits. He's playing it rock solid. Aerytheta with a nice halfie. Good job on that. Oh, and really nice deboost there by Enmet off the turret. And a little bit of a high five here in the Precious Room.
So one nice thing about the way this race goes with these different routes, unlike the normal new route, we do see where it's much quicker to see where they sync up again. And yet you still get the benefit of seeing two different routes. So pretty cool.
Aerytheta getting a good amount of missiles there in. Setting up for last spark, I would assume. Let's hope this works. Oh, not quite. Dragon should be near dead though.
Yeah, when you see her swooping that quickly, you know it's almost done.
Oh, okay, sparking into the group though, forcing Dragon to instantly disappear, not being able to deal any damage. And yeah, it looks like Aerytheta's Dragon was off around like 700 energy from death. It's unfortunate, but at least getting a solid kill and with a lot of energy remaining. Getting really not the best drops though. I guess she can farm up quite a few supers on the way, but usually want to have a little bit more from Dragon than one. Oh yeah, Dragon definitely is a run killer. Dragon is the most technical boss in Old Route, by far.
There are a lot of run killers in this game.
Yeah, that is true. Favorite one is probably the first room of Sarah's Station when you bonk one of the platforms and instantly reset.
And meanwhile, heading back down to Norfair. He'll go ahead and get his ice beam, finish his beam combo. We'll see which route he takes to get down to Lower Norfair.
Yeah, this is Super Metroid Zelda randomizer. They've already done all the Zelda part, and now they're just clearing up the Super Metroid part. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
if they wanted, they could instantly go back. But again, we're already done with Zelda. The tracker is already off, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's a special seed where everything is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's got to be one of the seeds somewhere. So.
Yeah, we're still hoping that most of the stuff is vanilla. Maybe we're gonna come up across like some random arrow or rupee pack in Lower Norfair, but let's hope that's not the case. No, I'm not trolling. I'm just telling the truth here. Why does chat think I'm trolling? I don't get it. I'm 100% serious.
Yep, that's Punk's serious voice going there.
Yeah. All right.
And meanwhile, takes the southern route.
Yeah. I don't think he got the moonfall off the crumble block there in the crumble shaft. That's a really cool moonfall to do.
Yeah. Takes an Nutella refill though.
Yeah. So he's fine in terms of health. Setting up for Lower Norfair here.
And a very nice chronic boost into the lava dive room. Gets up, no problem.
Oh, Aerytheta dropping both of these big health drops there. Might be seeing another Nutella refill here if she chooses the crumble shaft route. Enmet here going for fast pillars, looking like a good setup. Oh, missing it though. Getting the blue frames, but not quite in the crouch there at the edge. And Enmet with a really nice worst trim in the game here. Getting up this first half very nicely, and even getting the cool jump of the last guy.
Love that jump. And very smartly remembers to jump into the next room. Every once in a while, I know I will. When you have a space jump, it's very nice to jump into the next room. Otherwise, you're falling all the way down, losing a little bit of time. I know I've made that mistake before.
Yeah, I gotta be honest here. I'm so used to not having space jump. I always just run into the room, and when I'm like in a random scenario, the rare occasion of ultra appears, and I like just have space jump and I run in there. I always feel like an idiot. But yeah, falling all the way down there is it's pretty slow compared to just continuously flying. But yeah, looks like Aerytheta is taking the crumble shaft route. Probably, I can imagine we're gonna see a Nutella refill here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that energy was a little bit lower than you might like.
Oh, Enmet getting the perfect Ninja Pirate strat here. Really nicely done.
A little bit of farming before Ridley.
Actually surprised he's farming this much.
Yeah, especially with Plasma Beam.
Looks like he wanted a little bit of extra health there. You should really be fine. It's only 20 charge shots, and yeah, it's not a terribly hard fight. Like, things can happen, but someone with the experience of Enmet should really be fine here.
Getting rid of some nice pogos.
Yeah, it looks like Aerytheta is not going to go for fast pillars, just going to power bomb these pillars here instead. And Ridley is dead for Enmet, and gets grabbed. Very nicely done. Aerytheta also go with a nice jump across the last guy.
And choosing not to get the Ridley E-Tank.
Yeah, sitting at 323 energy is definitely understandable that he didn't go for that. We'll have to watch out a little bit in Turian with only 3 tanks, but for like the escape, he is definitely fine.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a nice speed keep.
Getting the speedball out of there. Love that speedball.
And another high 5. Second one in this run so far. And Enmet demonstrating why Old Route Low No Fair Escape is so nice. Just being able to clip through these pirates just by shooting them. Alright, that surprises me.
Yeah, if you're gonna get that 4th E-Tank, I would have thought you'd take the Ridley E-Tank, not the Firefly one, but maybe he forgot and decided he wanted the last minute, wanted that extra energy.
I mean, I guess this one isn't terribly slower because you don't have any extra door transitions, and like he collected it pretty quickly. And I guess also another benefit is that you get the health refill later, so you save yourself like, I don't know, like 100 energy. So that's kind of nice. So you get like the benefits of the 4th tank, but get more health, leaving low no fair overall for like a very small time cost, since you don't have the extra. Like it still takes longer to get that one, but you don't have the extra door transition, so it's not all that much slower.
And Enmet is out of Lower North Fair. One last thing to do, go to Turian. Finish the game.
Yeah, thankfully he has beaten all the bosses, so he won't need to do an 11-screen X-ray climb into there. I heard that's pretty slow.
Yeah, I know you know nothing about that, Tom.
No, I have nothing to do with shenanigans like that. Aerytheta here, really nice Ridley, like getting some good patterns and like really solid. Oh, getting some nice health drops, also at 330 energy, and also skipping the Ridley E-Tank. Maybe we're gonna see Aerytheta actually going for a 3-tank run.
Energy's pretty good right now.
There you go. That's the only command you need. That's the only command that matters.
I think it's the only one that's working right now, too.
Well, yeah, Nightbot obviously has priorities on which command need to work and which don't.
Yep.
Like we obviously don't need the name or the Twitch channels of the runners. That's completely overrated. But as long as Blat is working, we are fine. Crisis avoided. But if you want to follow the runners, their names are on stream right now, Enmet and Aerytheta, so just check out their streams. Cool guys, or cool dude, cool girl. Make sure to check them out.
And those are their Twitch names as well, so it's very easy to find them.
Yeah. Alright, if Aerytheta needs to be a little bit careful here on the Three Musketeers. Can take 2 hits. That's 1. And is out. Very nicely done.
Now Enmet gets to take another break as we wait for this cutscene to play out.
Enmet just PM'd me on Discord telling me he's inviting all of us to a cup of ice cream after the run. So shoutouts to Enmet. Just everyone take your plane tickets over to Sweden and then get some free ice cream. I hope you're down.
Swedish ice cream sounds wonderful right now.
Yeah, they just go outside, take some of the snow, and then there you go. Swedish ice cream. Alright, Aerytheta now out of Norfair, just heading to the G4 statue for Turret.
Enmet heading into his first Metroid room.
Both sitting at really comfortable ammo right now, so should hopefully not worry all too much. Oh god, that Metroid room was so smooth.
Wow,
I love that.
I love seeing those strats. That third Metroid didn't even look like he killed him, and he did. Just goes through so quickly.
Yeah, that third Metroid specifically is super hard to do optimally with this upward shot. Oh my, yeah, this
Wow.
This looks
one of
cool.
my favorite parts of an optimal run is when you get these Metroid rooms done so well like this.
Yeah, that's just sick. And then playing it safe though, and actually reloading the room with all these optimal YOLO strats, wasting a lot of supers. So yeah, now
is cutting it way too close.
Yeah. And not only cutting it too close, but we're getting into territory where you cannot beat the game anymore, and really not getting lucky on these drops here at all, having to reload yet another time.
Just keep in mind, when he gets to Mother Brain 1, you need to have projectiles to destroy Mother Brain 1.
Alright, there you go.
Doesn't do you any good.
There we go, Enmet is fine.
Very smart to go back and reset that room a couple of times.
Yeah.
Loses a little bit of time, but soft locking would be much, much worse.
Yeah, I heard soft locking loses you like around 45 minutes in Enmet's case, so that's not a cool idea.
And the real problem is because you do Zeb skip. If you run out of those projectile ammos on Mother Brain 1, going back is very difficult to get that refill. You'd either have to do a reverse Zeb skip or shoot the Zeb with ammo, and then you'd have to do the Zeb skip all over again because they will respawn if you don't actually destroy them with ammo.
Yeah, and Enmet getting grabbed there as he does the baby skip. He's getting the slowdown animation.
Well, I was gonna ask if he's gonna save. Now I think he'd better.
Yeah. The problem is not only can you not like the reverse Zeb skip obviously, but like the door at the baby Metroid room is gray, so you could not even retreat to your ship, so you're like really actually soft locked if you don't have enough supers here because you cannot figure field supers. Wow, Enmet, really, did you have to go for that moonfall? Wow, alright, cool. Thanks a lot for that. And Enmet taking a save, resetting.
He's gonna reset. That'll kill the flow.
Yeah, thankfully knowing that as soon as the animation starts at the save, you can actually already reset. You don't have to wait for the text that confirms the save. You can just start resetting right away. That's just some nice handy knowledge.
Enmet making quick work of the Zeb skip. Mother Brain 1 is down.
Yeah, and Aerytheta here with a lot better jobs than Enmet had, can just rush through the last room here, doesn't need to reload anything. And it looks like Aerytheta is not going to go for the baby skip, just damaging herself down here, so that the Metroid cutscene here will go by very quickly. There we go.
And facing right, saving those 40 frames of animation. And Enmet is done with Mother Brain 2.
Nicely done.
Aerytheta also taking the save.
Yeah, with 3 tanks, really not a bad choice. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong in that Mother Brain fight.
Yeah, it's very... And I will say this, Aerytheta said that she wasn't going to be watching this while she was playing, so she actually doesn't quite know where she's at in comparison to Enmet. It's always interesting to see which runners like to watch and which ones don't. Enmet about to get to Mother Brain 3.
As Aerytheta is starting Mother Brain 2. It's a really, really close race after these different routes. Still only one phase of Mother Brain apart from each other.
Always cool to see.
Alright, Aerytheta is safe. Just finishing off. And there we go.
And shooting off those last missiles for good measure.
And Enmet now onto the escape. Now I know Enmet is one of the biggest animal haters on the planet, so I'm not going to get any hopes up. So we're just going to see a normal standard finish on his side. This is the Super Metroid A Link to the Past rando. Unfortunately for us, all the items of Super Metroid have been at their vanilla place. They've already finished up the Link to the Past part, so we're just going to see a strong finish here on the Super Metroid side. Oh, and it looks like Enmet missed the spark here. As well as his internet. So... oh, there we go, alright. So apparently somehow got up the climb.
Well, just a little bit of magic, I guess.
Alright, wow.
I think he was teasing there, but Punk.
Yeah, no, of course he was. He knew I was commentating. And Enmet is done with an official SRL race time of 49:57. Barely sub 50, GG, finishing first place here. Nice splice, yeah. Wow. Wow, so that's how you treat your commentator, Enmet. That's some fair play right there, dude. You know, I was happy just letting this go, but like, no, you had to bring it to this level, didn't you? Alright. Aerytheta. Now, after finishing up Mother Brain Free, just gonna do the escape.
And since it's been asked, the next thing on this channel is another race. It is actually a 4-way race, which Ponk and I will stick around for.
Yeah, so if you thought you'd get rid of us, then you were wrong.
You are out of luck.
Yeah, we'll have to bait it out with us here for tonight. At least for the next one.
It'll be Z Music versus Kano 3, and and J Chalk versus Black Elite John in 2 races going on.
Yeah, those are gonna be some absolutely sick runs from all 4 of the runners. Ooh, actually, Aerytheta going for the Behemoth Spark there, very nicely done. Alright, and Aerytheta is also done with a time of 52:10. Great job, Aerytheta, finishing 2nd place here.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have any time for interviews, as we're going to have to get right into the next race.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, race is even open already. So we're heading right into that. As we are swapping over. Again, next race coming up, we have Z Music versus KNO and J Chalk versus Black Elite John. So those are going to be some good races. As we have the credits rolling on the runner's side here. Aerytheta's time was a 52:10. On SRL at least.
Let the credits roll out. And I'm going to take a quick break as we go over to the next race.
I love this song. The song is never getting old. Not sure if it's because I never reached the end of my runs, but this is always fun to see. Yeah, the OST of Super Metroid is absolutely fantastic. I couldn't agree more. There are very few games in the SNES library that can outclass Super Metroid in terms of soundtrack. I guess, I mean, obviously depends on taste, but I definitely want to say Super Metroid is in like the top 5 of soundtracks for the SNES library. My personal favorite is probably the actually the Escape theme. That one's always pretty hype, especially when you're like at the end of a pretty cool run. Just like this epic, loud escape music going on in the background while you're really trying hard to get that PB.
My personal favorite is the Lower Norfair theme. I remember the first time I played this game, and you get down to Lower Norfair, and suddenly you've got all the items. You can just go really fast. You got this wonderful music going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just pumps me up.
I like the theme, but what kind of annoys me is like I don't know. It doesn't really fit into the other area themes. It's just like other areas are really ambient, like the wrecked ship or like Brinstar is just all more like an ambient background noise. Whereas Lower North is just so like in your face, and like for some occasions it's just I don't know.
I think that's the point, is for it to be in your face.
Well, yeah, but like if you want to actually like hear what's going on in the game, like the music can be pretty loud.
That's a fair point.
It's definitely a good
like
tune though.
I also like the Red Brinstar area theme. I think
Oh
that's
yeah, for sure.
very beautiful. And the remix
Yeah.
of that in the newest game of Samus Returns is really nice as well.
Yeah, my personal favorite remix is probably still Smooth McGrew's one. That one is just like good a cappella. Red Tower is just great. But yeah, still waiting for the stream to swap over.